Hello and welcome back to another demo video. In this demo video, I want to go over exercise 15-5, or I'm sorry, 15-15. And this is dealing with I'm sorry, yeah, 15-15. Sorry, I got confused there. This is dealing with, and it's on page 679. This deals with Attic Company issued a $600,000 9% 20-year bond on January 1st, 2017. They issued it at 103% of its value. Interest is payable annually on January 1st. Attic uses straight line amortization for bond premium or discounts. Okay, so what I want to do is demonstrate how to amortize bond discounts and how to amortize bond premiums. Okay, so this one's actually pretty easy, right? And I'm going to explain why in a second. What we need to do when we're looking at bonds is we need to calculate the interest expense that we're going to record. We need to calculate the interest to be paid, and we need to calculate the amortization. Okay, so basically what we're trying to do here is we need to recognize that we are issuing a bond that isn't at face amount, right? In this example, it's going to be a premium. It's going to be above, right? However, once the bond matures, we're going to pay out the face amount, right? So there's a difference between the carrying value of the bond minus what the face amount of the bond is. Once that bond matures, the carrying value has to be equal to the face amount, okay? We're just going to go with the straight line method. We're not going to use the interest rate method. We're just going to stick with straight line because it's pretty easy, pretty simple, right? So notice what we have here. We have to calculate the interest to be paid. We have to calculate the interest to be recorded. We have to calculate the premium amortization, the unamortized premium, as well as the bond carrying value, okay? If you'll notice, I kind of started that, right? Notice it does say discount. I apologize. It should say premium. Okay, and same thing here, should be unamortized premium. Okay, so let's go ahead and work through this, right? We're going to use this chart right here as kind of our guide. And again, that came from the PowerPoints. I just stole this one, made it easier to set up, okay? One great thing, everything we're doing, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? You can go out and use the PowerPoints, use the book. Oh, hey, there's a illustration here that teaches me how to calculate the bond premium amortization schedule. I'm just going to use that, right? You don't need to reinvent it. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at what we need to do, right? Well, the first thing we need to do, and if you follow along in the book on page 679, it says for part A, issue the bond. Okay, well that's easy. I can do that, no problem. And hopefully you already have in your notes the journal entry to do this, right? So you know right off the bat, I am issuing a bond at a premium. I need to debit cash. I need to credit premium on bonds payable. And I need to credit, obviously, bonds payable, right? Because I'm issuing the bond. Okay, no problem. Excuse me. Okay, so what's the cash amount? Well, that's easy, right? It's very easy to calculate. We know we're issuing, based on the problem in the book, $600,000, 9%, 20-year bond, and we issued it at 103% of its value. Well, that's Super easy, right? How much cash are we receiving? Well, that is we have to calculate that $600,000, which is the face amount of the bond, times 1.03 or 103%, right? Run the numbers at $618,000, okay? I need to credit bonds payable. Well, I know I'm going to credit it for the face amount, for $600,000. The difference is that premium on bonds payable, $18,000, okay? I got today $618,000. 20 years from now, when the bond matures, guess how much I have to pay? $600,000, right? So I got an extra $18,000. I need to amortize this, right? To show that the carrying value of that bond at maturity is going to be equal to the face amount. So that's why I'm doing this, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and, B says they want us to accrue interest or accrue of interest in the premium amortization on December 31st, 2017, okay? So let's think about it this way, and I'm going to go back to my chart, right? How much interest am I going to pay? What's the interest to be paid? Well, that's easy, right? That's the stated rate, everything that's stated on the bond. Well, that's going to be the $600,000 times my 0.09, my 9%, okay? That's going to be $50,000, right? But how much am I going to record? What's my interest expense that I'm recording, right? Well, let's think about that for a minute. I need to amortize this premium. So I need to basically allocate this $18,000 of a premium over the life of the bond. So in order for me to do that, bear with me here, I'll enter. Okay. In order for me to do that, I need to take the premium of $18,000 and divide it by 20 years. Okay? So if I do that, I see that each time I have an interest expense or whatever, I need to amortize that bond, right? So if I take 18,000 divided by 20, I get $900. So each time I do my interest excuse me, or accrue my interest, I need to factor in this amortization, okay? So what's the interest expense that I'm actually going to record? Well, I'm going to pay him $54,000, but I need to subtract out that unamortized premium of $900. So I'm going to record $53,100. Okay, that's the interest expense. The unamortized amount is going to be the $900. So what's the unamortized premium? I need to account for that. Well, that's easy, right? What's the premium total amount? $18,000. How much did I just amortize after this journal entry? Well, $900. So the unamortized amount should be $17,100. What's the carrying value of the bond? That's easy. $618,000 minus my amortization, or my premium amortization, right? I get $617,100. So if we keep doing this over 20 years, guess what's going to happen to the carrying value of the bond? It's going to be equal to the face amount of $600,000, okay? So we saw how to calculate it. I'm going to run through it again in the journal entry, but I just wanted to show you how it looks in the chart, right? So the book says that Part B, we need to journal the accrual of interest and the premium amortization for December 31st, 2017. That's easy. So I'm going to say B, and this is going to be on December 31. I need to record my interest expense. So I'm going to debit interest. I'm going to debit my premium on bonds payable. And I'm going to credit my interest payable account. Okay, so what's my interest expense? How much do I need to record? Well, I already did that, right? My interest expense is the amount that I'm going to pay in interest minus that amortized premium. So that's going to be the $53,100. What is the premium amortization expense or the premium amortization amount? How much am I going to decrease that premium on bonds payable account by? $900. And how much interest am I going to actually pay? Well, I'm actually going to pay $54,000, right? And again, how did I get that? The $600,000 face amount times the stated rate of 9%. Okay? Let's go and look at C. C says, hey, the payment of interest on January 1st, 2018. Book it. Easy. Okay? So for C, and that's on January 1, 18. How much interest am I paying? Well, my interest payable account has and you don't have to think, right? We already thought. I need to know what my interest payable account is. Just go look at your interest payable T account, or just go, you know what I mean? We're already posting this stuff. So, interest payable is going to be $54,000, right? The cash that I have to pay, $54,000, okay? Now, Part D says, we're 20 years out. The bond has matured. Assuming the interest for the last period has been paid and recorded, what's the journal entry, right? So let's think about this for a minute, okay? And I want to go back to this chart. Look what we're doing. Each payment, we're recording the amounts that we already previously recorded. What's the interest expense? It's going to be the same year after year after year. The amortized premium, it's going to be the same the year after year after year, all right? So if I go back to my chart, I could see that, okay, so this is 2017, 2018. Well, what's going to be the journal entry, right, for 2018? Well, that's easy. I need to figure out how much interest am I going to pay? Well, the face amount times the stated rate, $54,000, right? What is my amortization for 2018? Well, it's $900, right? Okay, what is my interest expense to be recorded? I take my interest to be paid and I subtract out the premium. Okay, what's the amortization unamortized amount? Well, that's easy. 17.1 is what it was previously minus the $900. Boom. Same thing with the carrying value. That's easy, right? What is the carrying value? Well, it's going to be the 17, the previous balance, minus the unamortized premium. Nope. The previous balance minus the amortized. Okay? Did I hit the right one? No, I did not. Crap. Sorry. There we go. Okay, same thing. 2019. Same thing happens, right? Still amortizing. $900, right? What's the interest expense? It's going to be the same. Or the interest expense to be recorded, right? Same thing with the unamortized premium. How much is it? No problem. Oh, sorry. Same thing. What's the carrying value? Well, the previous balance minus the unamortized amount. Okay? I'm going to keep going through this, right? Well, I'm not going to, but the bond matures 20 years from now. So that should be 2037. Okay. So keep in mind, so I'm doing this for 20 years, right? If I take $900 per year, $900 per year times 20 years, I get the premium amount, right? So think about it this way. What's the unamortized premium? Well, that's easy, right? It originally was $18,000 when I first got the bond, right? How do I know that? Because that's what I journaled, right? The premium on bond. So I'm going to take my $18,000 minus the premium that I amortized. I get zero, okay? So if I take the original amount, right? $618,000 minus the premium amortization, I get $600,000. So this is what it looks like 2037. At the end of this, that's what it looks like, right? So once I get down and keep going all the way down over the years, everything's going to be the same. Okay? So D says on, what's that date? On January 1st, January 1, 37, what's the journal entry? Well, that's easy. I need to get rid of my bonds payable for how much? Well, the balance, the carrying value is $600,000. What am I going to credit? Well, I have to pay back cash, right? I have to pay them cash because the bond is matured. They get their money back. And that's the journal entry, for D, okay? And that's pretty much all we need to do for this problem. Now, when we come back in our next video, I want to work on exercise 15-14 and, 15-14, and that deals with leases. Okay, so tune back in for that one. Bump the brakes. Real quick, the same thing works if we are amortizing a discount. The only catch is instead of subtracting, we have to add. Okay, we have to add. So keep that in mind and keep that in your notes. If we're dealing with a premium, we need to subtract to figure out what our interest expense to be recorded is. Okay? If we are dealing with a discount, to figure out what our interest expense to be recorded is, we need to take the amortization and add that to the interest to be paid. Okay? So tune back in where I want to go ahead and look at a lease example.